According to White House whistleblower Tricia Newbold, who recently testified before Congress about the White House security clearance process, at least 25 members of the Trump administration have received security clearances even after being rejected through the security clearance process. The Trump administration forced people like Ms. Newbold, who went through and said yes or no after determining whether or not this person was a risk. The White House overturned 25 of those rejections because apparently they just don't care about national security whatsoever. Now, right now, after this story broke, and this is a big, massive story, after this story broke, Republicans started freaking out because they realized, oh crap, this is now a thing we have to deal with. And we don't know what to do because, Trump's kind of doing his own thing in the White House. So they immediately put out a memo trying to put out this big fire. And it said that, okay, she's testified that 25 people got security clearances even after being rejected, but really only 4 or 5 of them had very serious security concerns. Only 4 or 5, we were totally 100% sure they were going to leak our national secrets, but only 4 or 5. The rest of the 20, they were probably pretty okay. So only a handful of people have security clearances right now that would potentially sell these secrets to another country. So what's the big deal? The Republican Party is telling us right now. The big deal is that if anyone in any Democratic administration ever had done this, you wouldn't have impeached them. You probably would have crucified them on Capitol Hill, out there in the public, put them in stocks if you had to, brought out the guillotines. You would have considered them the biggest traitors to ever live since Benedict Arnold. And yet here, your guy, representing your party, is actually telling his staff, I don't give a damn if they've been rejected for a security clearance. I'm overriding it, and you're going to give it to them. And of course, the most notable that we know of out of this list is Jared Kushner, Donald Trump's son-in-law. Now, Kushner was rejected not just because he kept lying, lies of omission, on his application form, but because they were very concerned about his foreign contacts. They believed that he was a guy who could be easily manipulated and blackmailed into selling U.S. secrets. So they said, yeah, it would be really stupid to give him a security clearance. And Donald Trump said, that's just the kind of thing I like to do. And he made them give Jared Kushner a security clearance. Here are some of the issues that were raised among all 25 people who were rejected, not just the Republicans, they're 5. Here's what they had to say. There were ties to foreign influence, massive conflicts of interest, questionable or criminal conduct, financial problems, and drug abuse. Who are these people? How does anybody with any one of these things on their record even come to work in the White House, let alone now have access to every secret the United States has ever had? Jared Kushner and the rest of the 24 people who got these security clearances are a threat to U.S. national security. If any one of them sells a secret, tells a secret, accidentally lets something slip, that is by definition treason. And I hope everyone is paying attention to that. This isn't oh, Donald Trump's a traitor. No. We're talking real, actual treason if these people are selling U.S. secrets. People have been busted for this before. People working in the CIA or the FBI selling secrets to other countries. It makes for great action movies, but it makes for a really unstable democracy in practice. Yet that is exactly what Donald Trump has installed in the White House. Thanks for watching, everybody. And don't forget, if you like what you see here, like, comment, share, and subscribe to our channel. And now you can also become a member of Ring of Fire and get exclusive early access to certain Ring of Fire videos all throughout the week. Just click on the little join button right below the video.